Today, we're going to recap the plot of the 2017 movie called The Thousand Faces of Dunjia. A long time ago, there was a super powerful thing called Dunjia. It could control stuff like fire, water, and more, basically the building blocks of the universe. The Yuen clan, a mysterious group, wanted to find Dunjia to save Earth from bad aliens. Up in the sky, a huge space rock was zooming toward our planet. It crashed into a forest and made a big fiery boom. Meanwhile, in a city called Kaifeng, there's a guy named Dao. He's a new police officer looking for bad guys by asking questions in local shops. He meets a strange woman. She tells him to forget about finding faces in drawings because they're all pretend. But then, Dao sees a guy who looks like one of the bad guys. So, he starts following him. The woman sees this and uses a gadget to find a dangerous monster nearby. Dao keeps following the big guy who has a bowl with a goldfish. They go to a hotel. The big guy gets really mad and shouts at the owner for a room. But the owner says no because pets aren't allowed. The big guy gets even more mad and says he's going to eat the pet. The owner just laughs, not caring about the big guy's crazy threats. Out of nowhere, the tiny goldfish in the bowl grows huge and becomes a monster. It swallows the big guy, and everyone starts freaking out and running away. Just as the monster is about to eat the owner, Dao jumps in to fight it. But the monster is crazy strong and throws Dao back. Remember the lady from earlier? She's here too. She tosses a table at the monster, trying to trap it. The monster breaks free, smashing everything and getting even bigger. It charges at the lady, trying to munch on her. But she grabs its tongue and kicks it in the face, sending it flying to the second floor. The monster tries to escape by climbing onto the roof. Dao chases it, and even the lady transforms into something like clothes and flies after the monster. She comes back down as a monk and follows the monster's trail using her special thingamajig. This magical tool leads her to a place that's kind of like a hotel with, special services. And guess what? The police officer is there too, still trying to catch the monster. The woman finally unveils herself as Dragonfly and advises the constable to leave because the demon is too strong for him. Dao, however, doesn't heed the advice and rushes upstairs to the second floor. Up there, he only finds a woman who he's seen before, someone who works there. But there's no sign of anything strange. Quickly, Dragonfly arrives and joins Dao in the room. Something feels off to her as she looks at a painting on the wall. A fish in the painting, one with 3 eyes, suddenly comes to life and transforms into the monster. But Dragonfly uses her magical net to capture the demon, preventing it from getting bigger. Then, she erases Dao's memories, taking him back to where he was earlier that day. Dragonfly is actually part of the Yuen clan, and they've got a secret underground base where they can keep an eye on any demons. The oldest member of their group, known as the First Brother, senses something strange about the captured demon. He examines the creature's aura and tells Dragonfly that the monster she caught is a decoy, using their clan's secret sign language. Then he leaves the room immediately. This guy figures out that the fish demon is probably a tracker, and the one who sent it now knows where they are. He's worried because he can feel the aura of the enemy, even from where they are in their base. He senses that this opponent is super powerful. He instructed the second brother, Yuen, to track the hints left by their former leader. These clues are meant to lead them to the one possessing the immense power of Dunjia, the future leader of their group. The first brother himself plans to head to Lu City. There, he intends to meet with the expert weapon craftsman who has recently discovered a legendary weapon known as the Slayer of Gods. Dragonfly quickly assembles her fellow guild members and communicates through sign language that they need to move to a new location, leaving the fish demon behind. Before departing, she leaves a clue behind for the second brother to find them upon his return. Meanwhile, Yun has followed his master's clues and arrived at a hospital. He sneaks into the basement where the hospital's most dangerous patient is held. There, he discovers a series of enormous scratch marks, seemingly made by a gigantic creature. As he enters the room, he comes face to face with a young woman sitting on the floor. Introducing himself, he learns that her name is Ring. Oddly, despite being in a hospital, she doesn't appear to be unwell at all. Yun extends an offer of food to Ring and observes a distinctive birthmark on her, resembling the clue left by his master. Unexpectedly, Ring's eyes start shifting to a shade of blue, and she undergoes a rapid transformation into a colossal creature. The resulting roar echoes loudly, reaching even beyond the confines of the building. Back in the city of Kaifeng, a strange occurrence captures the attention of the locals as numerous worms populate the streets. Simultaneously, the meteorite that had impacted the area begins to crack open, unleashing a sizable airborne creature into the sky. Suddenly, the city shakes from an earthquake. The Yuen clan notices that their ancestors' temple has sunk into a huge hole. They figure this has to be the demons doing and decide to investigate. They head into an underground tunnel and discover a vast chamber with a ceiling formation. It looks like this setup was made to trap a really powerful demon. In an odd twist, the container displays their guild's name and is surrounded by skeletons, likely those of previous guild members. Taking a closer look, they're startled to find that the creature sealed inside is still alive. All of a sudden, a scream pierces through from above, and a man drops down from the cave entrance. To their surprise, it's the police constable, investigating the earthquake's cause. As the constable lies on the ground, the guild members urge him to leave immediately, sensing imminent danger. They hear the creature approaching within the cavern and hastily exit. Outside, they witness the entity's transformation into a devilish, hovering monster. The red creature focuses its attention on the containment seal, setting off a powerful shockwave that sends the guild members flying and leaves them stunned by the noise. The demon shatters the seal, releasing a creature resembling a giant bat that's capable of flying. The black demon charges at the group, easily knocking each member aside. Dragonfly manages to recover and tries to fight back using her gadgets, but the monster easily breaks through her defenses, knocking her to the ground. The demon then uses its powers to lift Dragonfly into the air, planning to finish her off as it draws her closer. Seeing this, Dao charges at the monster in an attempt to save Dragonfly, but the demon quickly counters by grabbing Dao's arm and severing one of his legs. Dragonfly realizes that Dao is in critical condition and urgently pulls him away from the monster's grasp, causing Dao to lose his arm in the process. Understanding that victory is unlikely, the guild members toss bombs into the caves as a distraction and seize the chance to escape into the water. Once safely back at their hideout, the group does their best to save the constable's life and stop his bleeding. Surprisingly, the second brother manages to reach their hideout, having survived his hospital visit. He brings along Ring, the girl he encountered. In a shocking revelation, he claims that Ring is the chosen leader destined to guide their group. This announcement leaves everyone stunned. Yuen proceeds to recount his hospital experience, explaining that Ring transformed into a giant peacock-like creature upon his arrival. Despite the creature's fierce attack, Yuen succeeded in reversing the transformation by striking its heart, restoring Ring to her human form. Yuen highlights the birthmark on the girl's arm, a distinctive symbol akin to their guild masters. However, Dragonfly remains skeptical due to Ring's memory gaps about her past. To assist Dao, no longer fit for police duty due to injuries, they wipe his memories and equip him with artificial limbs for independent movement. With their presumed leader in their midst, the team charts their course. Their destination, the city of Lu, where they plan to reunite with the first brother, now that they believe they've found their destined guide. Meanwhile, the weapon master gathers with the heads of the 5 guilds to unravel the mystery of the legendary weapon, the Slayer of Gods. As the leaders approach, the man opens the container, only to reveal it as empty. Yet, upon the Tang Guild leader's closer examination, the container undergoes a metamorphosis. It unveils a radiant orb that gradually expands in size. Captivated, the guild leaders channel their distinct powers into the container, leading to further transformations. Eventually, the container takes on the form of a colossal dagger, held by the Flame Master. The weapon master is surprised that the legendary weapon is connected to their powers. But he notices something strange about the Tao leader. The Tao leader hasn't used his powers at all. The weapon master figures out that the Tao leader has a similar aura to the fish demon they caught. He thinks the Tao leader might be a demon in disguise. Here's the twist, the weapon master is actually the first brother in disguise. He turned into the old man before the meeting to uncover the hidden demon. The first brother starts chanting and uses a special technique to trap the demon in an illusion he made. Realizing it's caught, the creature transforms into its real self and breaks free from the illusion. The red demon then uses its powers to push back all the guild leaders at once. The black demon flies in, takes the dagger from the Flame Master, and lands on a building. The creature admits it controls the guild leaders. It tricked them into eating herbs that made them stronger but also controlled them like puppets. It commands the leaders to attack the first brother. While he's distracted, the red demon grabs the glowing orb. The clan leaders use their powers to launch strong attacks at the first brother. He retreats to a statue but is bombarded from above and ends up under the broken statue, as if it crushed him. The Flame Master keeps attacking, setting things on fire. The black demon reveals something surprising: he made the Slayer of Gods using the powers of all 5 guilds. The real goal of this meeting was to weaken the Yuen clan by taking out their strongest member. While this is happening, the team reaches the city of Lu and finds refuge in a hotel while they look for the first brother. Dao decides it's time to bid farewell to the guild members. He realizes he's not really a part of their clan and doesn't want to intrude. He enters Ring's room to say his goodbyes and notices something strange: a dead flower on the table is actually coming back to life. The girl clarifies that she used to make flowers bloom whenever she was bored, not fully understanding her powers. She asks Dao to sit down and show her his wounds. With focused energy, she starts regenerating his arm, causing Dao to cry out in pain. Incredibly, his entire arm regrows in a short span, and the same process starts happening to his leg as well. However, using her powers took a toll on the girl's body. Blood starts flowing from her head, and she eventually loses consciousness. Meanwhile, Dragonfly and her team sense the imminent threat. They're suddenly attacked by leaders from the other guilds. Flying blades rain down, destroying everything in their path. The leader of the Tang Guild arrives, determined to eliminate them all. The team attempts to fight back collectively, but they're swiftly repelled by the shockwave unleashed from the leader's immense power. Dragonfly faces the guild leader alone. They fight, but the man's magic injures her, throwing her into buildings. Dao rushes to help, and Dragonfly is surprised to see he has his limbs back. The enemy gets closer to finish them, but Dragonfly won't give up. She decides to keep fighting, allowing her teammates to escape. The enemy throws blades at Dragonfly, but Dao jumps in to protect her. Surprisingly, he gains control over the flying blades and stops the attack. Using this chance, he turns the blades back at the bad guy, sending him flying into buildings. Dragonfly and the others decide to run away, but Dao secretly stays behind. He's gained amazing powers from his new limbs. Though he hasn't mastered his newfound abilities, Dao has enough power to incapacitate the leader of the Tang Guild. He grabs the man's neck with one hand. Out of nowhere, a volley of flames is launched at them, reducing the guild leader to dust but causing only minor harm to Dao. The Flame Master enters the scene, determined to kill Dao. However, Dao effortlessly deflects the attack, sending the Flame Master soaring into the air. Swiftly, Dao charges the enemy, leaping into the air and delivering a powerful uppercut. He then slams the man to the ground with lethal force, ending his life. Dragonfly meets the Weapon Master, who offers help to take them to the first brother. With limited choices, Dragonfly agrees. They reach a quiet forest, where the Weapon Master transforms into the first brother, showing he survived the earlier attack. The first brother reveals Ring's true identity. She's not the expected clan leader, but a weapon created by demons to destroy their guild. Then, the man swiftly moves to attack Ring. Just in time, she is saved by someone who bears an uncanny resemblance to the first brother. It becomes clear that the earlier man was an imposter. He transforms back into the Master of Death. A fierce battle ensues between the two, with the first brother launching multiple swords at his adversary. This diversion allows his team to flee the scene. However, the leader of the Water Clan appears behind the fighters, employing his magic to launch an attack. The Master of Death is slain, and the first brother is severely injured. He seizes Dragonfly and Yuen, attempting to overpower and crush them. Seeing her friends in grave danger, Ring erupts in a furious scream. Her unleashed powers turn the tables, impaling the Water Lord with his own attacks. Everyone is saved as they fall to the ground. When Yuen regains consciousness, he rushes to Ring. He realizes she's on the brink of death after expending all her powers. Ring holds onto the second brother, and he has a vision from their past master. The spirit tells Yuen that Ring is the real leader of the guild and possesses Dunjia's great power. She's meant to save humanity by defeating the alien monsters. Yuen is puzzled as he watches Ring take her last breath. They bury Ring, and the first brother reveals that she shared her powers before she died. They must use these powers to defeat the demons and save humanity. Later on, the red demon spots something in the sky, a massive rock hurtling towards them. The impact sends the black demon crashing to the ground. The team readies for a battle, levitating in the air. However, the creature breaks free from the boulder and heads straight for Dao. They engage in an aerial clash, but it's evident that the demon is outmatched by Dao. With a powerful punch, Dao sends the demon hurtling through the air until it crashes onto the ground. The red demon charges at Dragonfly, using its claws and wings to attack. But Dragonfly easily dodges and counters with a kick, sending the demon downward. Realizing they can't match Dunjia's power, the red demon takes out the Slayer of Gods. It shoots bombs at Dragonfly, and Yuen tries to protect her by blocking the attack. Right before the explosions hit, time seems to slow down. The peacock demon flies from the graveyard into the sky. She rushes at the red demon, gathering the bombs in the air. But the creature follows and captures the peacock with its tentacles. Then, the red demon shoots at the peacock using the Slayer of Gods, while the black demon also attacks from the opposite direction. Just in time, the big bird breaks free, making the bombs hit the black demon and kill it. The shockwave tosses the red demon away, but the peacock grabs her and throws her into the bombs. This causes a series of explosions that defeat the demon. Ring emerges from the flames and flies to her friends. They're amazed to see her alive and they all hug tightly in relief.